Hi, Deneen Shoemaker with the 420 Minute. Have you ever needed help but were hesitant to ask for it? I get it. I have just this week actually have had a situation where I'm not even sure I knew that I needed help to begin with. I think I was being stubborn and maybe somewhat arrogant, or letting pride or my ego, kind of cut in there where I shouldn't have let it. And I say that because I struggled all week with, actually almost 2 weeks, shame on me, with a new computer system at work. And I knew that I wanted to get this thing in before Christmas. Well, the printer just stopped working, and I really know enough about technology to be dangerous, and so I figured I could take care of it. And the truth is that I did once or twice, but the problem had grown out of my capacity. And so finally, late last week, I called the tech people that I needed to, and boom, boom, boom. It was done. It's been working ever since. Why did I hesitate to ask for help? Like I said earlier, probably, most likely, it all comes back to fear. But, let's list it out. I mean, I was somewhat prideful. I didn't really want the people to know that I don't really know what the hell I'm talking about or what I'm doing. I know, we just talked about vulnerability a couple weeks ago. It's a work in progress for all of us, right? But I think it was that. And I guess what I want to talk with you about today is, certainly there are those of us who will never garner the courage to ask for help. And then there are others of us who don't even realize that they need help because they don't believe that they need help. They don't maybe see where they could even use help. I think some people really believe that they can do everything better than anybody else. So I'm not talking to those people this week. Those that I'm talking to this week are those of us who know that we should not hesitate to ask for help. In my story a minute ago, dear Lord, if I just would have done that 2 weeks ago. And it's more complicated than that, but you get what I mean. People are suited for different things. You shouldn't take it as you're not competent enough, and that's why you need help. Some people are gifted. I'm gifted at preaching, but I can't run heavy equipment like my dad could. There's a lot of things I can't do. I can't plumb, for instance. I need somebody to be able to do that for me. Everybody has their gifts and their talents. And I think it's when we recognize that no one is above or below, and that we all really have those different gifts and those different talents in order to help one another. Because in my belief, it increases community. It increases relationship, which I believe the Bible and Jesus especially is all about. It's all about relationship. And so, the next time you're worried about asking for help, or maybe you're really religious and you think that, well, God's going to send help. All right, I got a quick story for that. And you've probably heard this before. Maybe not, so I'm going to tell it again. But the water was rising, and here came some neighbors by a person's home and said, hey, don't know how many boats are going to be by. You better jump in, get your stuff, and let's go. Nope, nope, nope. I got this. God's going to save me. Okay. So pretty soon, flood water's quite a bit higher. And the next thing that comes is, a canoe. And hey, this is really going to be your last chance. Don't miss this boat. Nope, nope, God's gonna save me. And then the next thing you know, the homeowner's on the roof, right? And here comes a helicopter. Nope, God's gonna save me. Well, God meets the person up in heaven, and she says to God, I thought you would help me. And God's like, I sent a speedboat, a canoe, and a helicopter. I tried. What more do you want from me? So certainly I believe that the Holy Spirit is there for us, and we can vent and we can talk. And many times, just in doing so, it helps to clear our minds. But help is biblical. Like I said, helping one another is community. It's a biblical thing. And I believe that if you're not willing to ask for help, then there are some real issues that you have that you probably need to seek some therapy about. Because those of us who maybe are even uncomfortable about reaching out for help, if we're reaching out for help, then we live in a surrendered way, and that's the way of Christ. I hope this has been helpful. I hope that the next time you need help, you'll think a little bit more. If you look in the concordance, in here, help, I've got like 20 different references. The Lord is my help and shield. He will help the oppressed. Wait for his help. The Lord will strengthen and help you, on and on and on. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Know that it's biblical. Know that God wants us to be in community. But the last thing I want to say to you is this. Be careful who you ask for help from. If someone is manipulative, you do not want to ask for help from that person. You're going to pay for it. And someone you don't want to help, if they ask for your help, would be someone who isn't willing to help themselves. Okay? So, some things to think about. Hope this has been helpful. I hope that this will help you to live your best life now, because this ain't no dress rehearsal. Grace and peace.